My name is Keith Chen. I'm the Managing Director of MORC Interiors in Melbourne. So MORC Interiors is an interior fit-out business, and we exist to help homeowners and investors furnish their properties to help them save time, hassle, so that they can move in a lot quicker and also rent out higher in the property market. And why and how did we get started? So 5 years ago, I was just coming out of working in the construction industry. I got tired of doing construction, and I wanted to get into property. And I started working for a very similar company, which fell apart within 2 months. And so very quickly after that, I thought, you know what, I think I can do a better job. Let's give it a shot. And here we are, 5 years later. I guess one of the problems was to help kind of create a system and also implement that system and a process for how to smoothly transition between our marketing to sales to operations, and also to have someone to actually manage and execute a lot of the small tasks that needed to be done. Essentially kind of really run some of the grunt work that needs to be done to run a business, and obviously to free my time so I can do more strategic networking, to get word of mouth, to think about more business development, so that I can then spend more of my time to steer the ship, if you will, or manage the business and to grow the business at the end of the day. So yeah. Well, because last year I had a business partner who left just when COVID started. So literally I was doing everything, from the marketing to your sales to operations, to even just the designing as well. So a lot of I did try to hire some staff as well, but it took a while, and because of COVID it's really hard, right? But as I started to build my processes, and with the help of Cheryl's team as well, that started to free up my time to think about, okay, how can I improve our standards of operations, our procedures, our systems, so that I can start to hire, I can start to scale. Because if I don't have any of these processes, I can't really replicate what I'm doing in each aspect of my business. So who's going to be thinking about all the content, who's going to be managing the content, who's going to be executing content in the marketing side of the business, right? And then for sales, who's going to be talking about the plan, who's going to manage all the leads, who's going to track everything, who's going to be doing all the follow-up calls or the follow-up emails. So I was doing literally all of that. And even with design, managing, talking to the clients, part of sales as well, doing the actual design work. And so there's a lot of behind the scenes tasks that can easily be done by someone else, like a staff member or someone that I can train and follow some of the processes and that I'll create, right? And so one thing that Cheryl really I guess hit home to me was, yes, I know you can do it, but let's try to get someone else to do it for you, so you can focus on more important tasks in your business. And so that's stuck in my head every day since we started with Cheryl, and it's just really changed my mindset and free up my time and my mind to be able to think about how to scale the business, right? If not, I would just be a one-man show for who knows how long. So yeah. I started to work with Cheryl. It was about 1 month before, I think 1 month before my baby was due. And so I was in a way kind of panicking just to really have all these processes and systems to be running whilst I'm away, right? Because I was kind of preparing for me to be away. And so Michelle, who Cheryl has partnered with us with, really helped enable me to free up a lot of my time, to not have to do all the small little tasks. And so when I was pretty much only working 1 day a week when my baby arrived, Michelle literally helped me almost run my business, at least on a in the public's point of view. So marketing was still going, organically posting stuff, that eventuated into potentially creating some clients as well, that continued to help me maintain the brand and the brand awareness in the property industry, so which is very much in line with our one of our missions as well. So what that meant for me, that just freed up so much of my time to be able to know that, and a peace of mind to know that a lot of these tasks was being carried out, not just carried out, but also done well and better than I would, and in more detail than I would have. So I really appreciate Michelle being able to help me do a lot of that, and she's been absolutely amazing. I've told Cheryl about that, so yeah. No, I didn't have any experience with VAs before. I've heard a lot of people work with VAs. At the start, I was very skeptical because I was thinking, okay, wow, all these tasks, like if I can do it, why do I need someone else, right? It was a very different mindset that I had before COVID, before I met Cheryl as well. But I think one thing that was really cool that really helped me realize how much we needed, one, how much I needed a team, and two, how the value of VA was when Cheryl was posting on the Facebook group saying, like, I think it was something along the lines of, do you feel, what's the word, overwhelmed by too many tasks in your business, right? Here are 50 tasks that you can break down, and that a VA could help you solve. And I'm like, okay, how can, I'm in the design and creative industry, and to a certain extent, like there is some truth to that. You can't process or systemize creativity, because creativity is always something new, right? But when I look down the list, I'm like, okay, there's like probably more than 2/3 of the stuff here that I can definitely give to someone else to help me with to do. So I thought, all right, let's just have a chat with Cheryl. She's absolutely amazing with all the values that she gives, all the content that she posts on the Facebook group. And just from the conversation, it was just very clear that I needed help, very clear that I had no idea how much help I needed. And yeah, I've never regretted hiring Cheryl and her team. Still part-time, so it's still like 20 hours a week, but just Michelle being such an amazing person, and just she has such a great work ethic, and she's very proactive behind the scenes. She does a lot of research for us. She's very detailed, as I mentioned before. She's very thorough. Like most of the time I just give her one task and she goes above and beyond, and so that has really made such a big impact on how we operate, because then a lot of times it also made me think about things that I never thought could be done or possible, or how to even grow my business. She has helped me explore that even more. So that's why I'm very thankful for. So I think, we talked about the amount of time that it saved me, but I think one really big thing, at least for a business point of view, is that I can actually see how my business can scale. Like previously, I had no idea how to scale my business. People were talking about scaling, and back then when I was just me and my ex-business partner, we always thought about, okay, we need more sales, we need more sales, but we didn't know what it meant to scale. And it made me realize afterwards that even if I got more sales, it just meant that I'll be burning myself out. Whereas if I have someone, if I already built the process and someone's to help me carry out that process and that system, executing that well, then that really not only just frees up my time, like I mentioned, to be able to think about how to grow and develop my business to scale it. But that in the future, I can really step back and I can actually start to really build a team. And I guess a small little win, for example, is like every month now I'm looking to, for the past 2 months, we're already looking to potentially hire people, and I'm always looking to interview people now because I already have the system processes to be able to measure and track whether they are a good fit, whether they can work with us, and that I already have a system that can just follow as well. So that's how I think we can really grow and scale. I'll definitely recommend the Growth Hub because one, Cheryl, I think there are a couple of things, but I think the number one thing would be that she genuinely cares for her team. She invests in her team as well. So it's something that I've never heard from other virtual assistant companies before, whereby I know that I'm not alone in having to train and grow and look after my team, because I feel like they're also being looked after by Cheryl. And if I know they're being looked after, they will look after us as well, essentially. So that's number one. Number two, they also provide additional support services, which is really cool. They help us start to build a workflow for us, start to help us identify how to communicate a lot better, how to build our own, how to improve and build our CRM and some of the project management systems that we have. And then lastly, because Cheryl is in the property industry as well, she has a lot of resources, networks, and support, and what's another word? Experience as well in the property industry, which we can always talk about and leverage off at any time, which I really appreciate. So that's why I really like working with Cheryl, and would definitely recommend anyone, especially in the property industry. Really nutting out and focusing on improving all our systems, because due to COVID, we had to pivot and we had to create a new service arm to help a new group of target clients, target audience, right? And so we're in the process, with the help of Cheryl, we're really building that whole sales process, the sales funnel as well, and with the help of Michelle, not only build that but also to execute that as well. So, like for example, next week, where Michelle will start help us call leads as well, and then helping us to automate a lot of stuff. That's something that we're also looking at. So I had no idea how to automate anything prior to meeting Cheryl and Michelle. And so now we're also not just building a process, but also learning how to automate and fully utilize a lot of the system processes that we have already built, that are building. So scaling, I've been to a lot of business coaches over the past 5 years of my business and entrepreneurial journey, and every coach would say, this is how you need to scale, you need to build system processes, you need a team. Yes, definitely, but I don't know why it was when I met Cheryl that it just clicked, that this is how you scale. And maybe through all the little things that Cheryl does well, or through some of the tips and tricks that she's been posting online as well, that has led to us working with her. But that just meeting Cheryl and starting to work with them has really changed my mindset completely about how to scale. And now I'm looking at everything. It's really funny because I used to be an engineer, and we were always thought about developing systems and processes for everything, right? Because that's how you're able to review, you're able to then track, review, and improve, right? But I always had no idea how would that work if I'm just a one-man band, you know, but with a team, it just makes so much sense. And then I'm able to just replicate that and build that across each aspect, every aspect of my business, which is really awesome. So even though we're still a small business, funny to say that we're army. That's what some people do say to us as well on social media, which is awesome. But yeah, we're still a small business, but we still got big dreams to grow. So yeah, we're very excited to be working with Cheryl, and definitely recommend anyone if they're looking for a virtual assistant to talk to Cheryl.